What if I told you the secret to build serious wealth is not what you do, but what you absolutely refuse to do? The rich have a playbook, and it's all about their nevers. We're breaking down the 7 rules the truly wealthy live by never breaking them. Welcome to Finance 8, your guide to smarter money moves. Whether you're just starting out or looking to grow your wealth, this channel is your go-to place for clear, simple, and powerful lessons about personal finance, investing, and financial freedom. Finance is not just for the rich, it's for the wise. Let's get started. 1. Accumulate bad debt, especially high-interest credit card debt. We've all been there. That shiny new gadget calls your name, or maybe that unexpected car repair hits at the worst possible time. It's so easy to just whip out the credit card and deal with it later, right? But here's the cold, hard truth the truly rich understand. Those tempting, high-interest credit card balances are like a financial black hole, sucking away your future bit by bit. Think about it, that $500 designer bag you just had to have could end up costing you $700 or even $800 if you only make minimum payments, thanks to those sky-high interest rates. It's like paying a ridiculous premium for something that's already losing value. Or imagine being caught in the cycle like Sarah, a young professional who, after a few too many impulse buys and an unexpected medical bill, found herself with $10,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest. Every month, a huge chunk of her payment just vanished into interest, leaving her feeling like she was running on a treadmill, never actually getting ahead. That money, if invested wisely, could have been building her nest egg, but instead, it was literally being burned away by debt. The wealthy, on the other hand, are master strategists. They might use a credit card for the points, the rewards, or the sheer convenience of not carrying cash. Like a seasoned business owner using a corporate card to manage cash flow while waiting for client payments. Knowing full well they'll pay it off in full before any interest kicks in. They might even take on good debt, like a mortgage on an income-generating property or a low-interest loan for business expansion, because they see it as a tool to build wealth, not just spend it. They understand the difference between leveraging money for growth or letting it drain away on impulse buys and crippling interest. Number 2, stop learning. Ever meet someone who, the moment they hit a certain milestone, a big promotion, a successful exit, or just enough money, seem to just stop? They settle into their routines, assume their established knowledge is all they'll ever need, and rarely crack open a serious book or engage with truly new ideas. That kind of complacency is a financial strategic death sentence for the truly wealthy. The reality is, the world is a hyper-accelerated place. New technologies explode, entire industries pivot overnight, and what was cutting edge yesterday can be obsolete before you finish your morning coffee. Consider the cautionary tale not of a specific person, but of entire industries that failed to keep learning. Think of Kodak, the photography giant. For decades they were photography. But despite even inventing the first digital camera, they clung to their film business, assuming their past success guaranteed future dominance. They stopped learning about the accelerating shift to digital, the changing consumer habits, and the power of instant sharing. Meanwhile, companies like Apple, who were relentless learners and innovators, weren't just making phones. They were understanding evolving consumer desires for simplicity and connectivity, and they innovated far beyond their initial scope, creating entirely new ecosystems. On the other hand, look at figures like Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos. Bill Gates, even after building Microsoft into a behemoth, famously takes weeks, isolating himself in a cabin to read stacks of books, research papers, and reports on everything from infectious diseases to energy solutions. He understands that new knowledge in one field can spark innovation and opportunity in entirely unrelated ones. Similarly, Jeff Bezos, who built Amazon from an online bookstore into a global empire, constantly talks about the day one mentality, the idea that every day is the first day of the business, requiring constant curiosity, experimentation, and learning. He devoured books on subjects far removed from retail, like long-term thinking and customer obsession, which profoundly shaped Amazon's culture and strategy, leading to ventures like Amazon Web Services, a huge profit engine born from a deep understanding of evolving tech infrastructure needs. For these titans of industry, learning is not a chore or something they did in the past. It's an ongoing, active pursuit. They understand that assuming you know everything is the quickest way to get left behind in a world that never stops inventing itself. For the genuinely rich, continuous learning is the ultimate edge, the fuel for sustained growth, and a profound, lifelong habit. 3. Prioritize impressing others with flashy symbols. We've all seen them, haven't we? The person driving a brand new, souped-up sports car they can barely afford, or draped in designer labels from head to toe, always posting their lavish vacations. There's this seductive idea that looking rich is the same as being rich, but here's the uncomfortable truth the truly wealthy have long figured out. Trying to impress others with expensive toys is often a fast track to financial mediocrity, not lasting abundance. Think about it, that luxury car loses thousands of dollars in value the moment you drive it off the lot. That designer watch, unless it's a rare collectible, is just a watch that likely depreciates. These are not assets, they are depreciating liabilities, constantly sucking money out of your pocket for maintenance, insurance, and inevitable replacement. It's like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You can keep pouring, but you'll never fill it up. The truly rich understand that real wealth is not about the car you drive today, but the freedom that car cannot buy. They prioritize accumulating assets, things that make them money or hold their value, like real estate, investments, or businesses. Instead of buying a new Ferrari, they might be investing in a rental property that generates passive income, or buying shares in a company that's innovating the future. Consider Warren Buffett, a man consistently ranked among the world's richest, still living in the modest Omaha home he bought in 1958. For a mere $31,500, he could buy an entire island, but he chooses not to. His focus is not on impressing the neighbors. It's on understanding value, making shrewd investments, and building his legendary Berkshire Hathaway. Likewise, many ultra-successful tech founders, like Mark Zuckerberg, for years driving relatively modest cars, or the late Tony A.C., former Zappos chief executive officer, who famously preferred living in a modest Airstream trailer park, demonstrate this principle. Their focus was on innovation, company culture, and strategic growth, not on displaying personal extravagance. For them, the real flex is not a flashy symbol. It's the quiet confidence that comes from financial freedom, the ability to make choices based on opportunity and desire, not on monthly payments or the need to keep up appearances. They'd rather have their money working for them than working to impress someone else. Number 4, rely on a single income stream. Imagine building a magnificent house, piece by painstaking piece, only to realize it's supported by a single, slender pillar. What happens if that pillar cracks? That's precisely the risk you take when you rely on just one income stream. It's a common trap. You work hard at your job, get your salary, and feel secure. But the truly wealthy know this is a dangerous game. Life throws curveballs, economic downturns hit, industries get disrupted, companies downsize, or unforeseen health issues strike. When your entire financial world rests on that single paycheck, one bad day at the office, or one unexpected market shift, can send your whole foundation crumbling. It's the terrifying feeling that Lily, a seasoned advertising executive, experienced firsthand during the 2008 financial crisis. She had a great salary, a fancy apartment, and a comfortable life, but 100% of it depended on her job. When the layoffs came, she was suddenly facing not just unemployment, but the complete cessation of her income, with no other financial safety net to catch her. The stress was immense, and she had to make drastic lifestyle changes just to stay afloat. The wealthy, on the other hand, are master architects of financial stability. They are constantly building multiple pillars, understanding that redundancy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. This does not mean they work 24/7. It means their money is working for them in different ways. Take someone like Elon Musk, who is not just focused on Tesla or space as primary revenue. He has diverse ventures that feed into each other and create multiple streams of value. From satellite, internet, Starlink to potentially even AI, SAI. While these are grand examples, the principle applies to anyone. Passive income, they might own rental properties that generate monthly cash flow, or have a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks that send them regular checks. Like investors who have strategically built up holdings in stable, income-generating companies over decades. Multiple businesses ventures, some might have a primary business, but also own a stake in a side venture, or have invested in a promising startup that's developing independently. Strategic investments, beyond just stocks, they might invest in bonds, commodities, or alternative assets, ensuring that if one market segment dips, others can help cushion the blow. For them, a layoff or market correction is not a catastrophe. It's a setback that one of their other income streams helps them weather. They sleep better at night, knowing that their financial well-being is not tied to the whims of a single employer or a single economic factor. They build a financial fortress, not a house of cards. 5. Make emotional or impulsive financial decisions. We've all felt it, that knot in your stomach when the stock market suddenly plummets. Or that surge of fear of missing out FOMO when everyone around you is buzzing about the next hot, speculative investment. It's so tempting to panic sell when things look bad, or to jump headfirst into a can't-lose trend that promises quick riches. But here's where the truly wealthy draw a hard line. They simply do not let their emotions dictate their financial actions. Think of it like this: your money is not just numbers on a screen. It represents years of your effort, your future security, and your dreams. Making impulsive decisions with it is like steering a supertanker based on a sudden gust of wind. You'll end up far off course or worse, shipwrecked. Consider the dot-com bubble of the late 1990s. Millions of everyday people, caught up in the internet revolution hype, poured their life savings into any company with .com in its name, regardless of its actual business model or profitability. The emotional excitement, the stories of overnight millionaires, and the fear of being left behind fueled a frenzy. When the bubble burst, countless fortunes evaporated, because people made decisions based on greed and panic, not on solid long-term fundamentals. They bought high and sold low, driven by fear and hope. On the other hand, look at someone like Warren Buffett and his longtime partner Charlie Munger. They are legendary for their unwavering rationality during times of market turmoil, like the 2008 financial crisis or the COVID-19 pandemic. When many investors were panicking and selling, they famously looked for opportunities to buy undervalued, high-quality assets. Buffett's famous quote, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful," is not just a catchy phrase. It's a testament to his disciplined, counterintuitive approach to emotional markets. He and Munger have always emphasized sticking to their deep research and long-term valuation principles, regardless of daily news cycles or public sentiment. They develop a plan based on intrinsic value and stick to it, sometimes for decades. For the truly wealthy, investing is never a casino. It's a strategic chess game played over years, even generations. They don't chase fads or react to headlines. They do their homework, set a long-term course, and then have the unshakable discipline to stick to it, letting time and compound interest do the heavy lifting, unburdened by the emotional roller coaster that derails so many others. 6. Neglect their health and well-being. We often picture the ultra-successful as workaholics, burning the candle at both ends, sacrificing everything for their empire. And while hard work is undeniably part of the equation, here's a crucial truth many miss. Truly rich individuals treat their bodies and minds not as afterthoughts, but as their most valuable, non-negotiable assets. Because what good is all the money in the world if you're too sick to enjoy it, or too mentally exhausted to make sound decisions? Think about it. A top-tier athlete wouldn't dream of neglecting their training or diet, because their body is their livelihood. The wealthy adopt a similar mindset for their minds and bodies. They understand that peak performance, whether in the boardroom, making complex investment decisions, or leading a global company, demands a clear head, sustained energy, and resilience. Pushing yourself to the brink consistently, fueled by caffeine and takeout, is a recipe for burnout, poor judgment, and ultimately, a shortened runway for your success. Consider someone like Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group. Despite his massive business empire and adventurous pursuits, he's a vocal advocate for prioritizing sleep, exercise, especially kitesurfing, and finding joy outside of work. He believes these activities are not distractions, but essential components that boost creativity, reduce stress, and improve decision-making. He famously attributes much of his success to his ability to keep his energy levels high and his mind sharp, which wouldn't be possible without a strong focus on well-being. Or look at the contrast in what happens when health is neglected. There are countless stories, though often less publicized, of brilliant business minds whose careers were cut short, or whose companies suffered due to stress-induced illnesses, heart attacks, or mental health crises born from relentless, unhealthy lifestyles. They had the financial wealth, but they squandered their health wealth, which proved to be far more limiting. For the truly rich, health is not a luxury they buy when they have time. It's the fundamental platform upon which all their achievements are built. They invest in it with the same seriousness they invest in their businesses, recognizing that a healthy body and a clear mind are the ultimate tools for sustained success and a truly rich life. And number 7, procrastinate on important tasks or goals. We've all been there, that nagging feeling about a big project due, a tough conversation we need to have, or a crucial financial decision staring us down. It's so easy to push it off, to say I will do it tomorrow, or I will wait until I feel more motivated. But here's a stark difference between average earners and the truly wealthy. The rich simply do not procrastinate on important tasks or goals. For them, delay is not just inefficient, it's a direct threat to their progress and prosperity. Think of procrastination as a silent thief. It steals your time, builds up mental clutter, and allows small problems to morph into massive obstacles. While you're waiting for the perfect moment or inspiration to strike, opportunities vanish, small debts compound, and competitors surge ahead. The truly wealthy understand that action, even imperfect action, trumps inaction every single time. Consider the legendary Elon Musk. Whatever your opinions on him, his capacity for relentless, immediate action is undeniable. When he saw a problem, whether it was inefficient space travel, fossil fuel reliance, or a lack of brain-computer interfaces, he didn't put it on a maybe someday list. He launched SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink. He embraces a bias for action, knowing that the biggest risks are often associated with not moving. He's famous for pushing timelines, not just because he's ambitious, but because he understands that the world does not wait. Another great example is Oprah Winfrey. Her empire was not built on waiting for things to happen. From her early days in television, she was known for her incredible work ethic, her ability to seize opportunities, and her proactive approach to building her brand and content. When others might have hesitated, she launched her own production company, took control of her show, and expanded into magazines and networks. She didn't wait for permission. She made decisions and acted on them with discipline and consistent effort. For the truly wealthy, success is not something that happens to them, it's something they make happen through consistent, disciplined effort. They tackle the toughest tasks first, make decisions even when they're uncomfortable, and keep their momentum going. They understand that every delayed action is a missed opportunity, and that consistent, proactive steps are the bedrock of building and maintaining immense wealth. They are doers, not just dreamers. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe, and see you in next video.